I will just go ahead with in brief about global scenario on phytoplasmal disease of palms. As of now, Dr. Joseph Rajkumar, entomologist, and Dr. Merin Babu, pathologist, are also involved in compiling with me. So I will just highlight in brief. This is the scenario. As you know, the palms are the major the plants, which is about 181 genera and approximately 2,600 species are there. And Asia is the richest species diversity. We can see most of the palms are there, and they provide food and livelihood security to many resource poor farmers in these countries. And based on this, we a family of cultivated palms, mainly for us, it is coconut, arecanut, oil palm, and date palm. More are important in India, and ornamental plants, more than 45 species, and wild palms. And coming to the phytoplasmal disease of palms, they are the major concern across the continents. So they are the major threat, especially for the palms in India. Major problems. This is the scenario of more than 50 palm species susceptible to phytoplasmal infection. So this we can see that even in all the continents, in America, it is the major lethal yellowing or lethal bronzing and lethal bronzing disease of coconut, date palm, and ornamental palms, which have been reported 16 SR fourth group, as well as lethal wilt of oil palm, especially in Colombia and South America. In Africa, there are many diseases, as I have listed here. You can go see, as well as root wilt disease in India, as well as this in Asia also. There are a lot of this one, coconut, date palm, and this one. So, and Bogio coconut syndrome in Fiji is another major threat, is a problem for this one. So, most of the groups of phytoplasma are reported on all across the continents. So, it is a major threat for phytoplasma, for coconut, arecanut, as well as oil palm in India, if we taken into consideration. So, lethal yellowing in case of coconut, if you take lethal yellowing is the major problem. It is mainly the America, where they have reported the fourth group. Fourth group is a major problem for us, as far as there is any chance of this. Most of these ornamentals plants are harboring this fourth group. So the introduction of this to India and causing more damage is another major threat for this one. As well as in Africa, we are having a couple of this one, which have got different groups of phytoplasma. In India, as we told, it is the root wilt disease, as well as recently we reported about another lethal wilt disease, which has got with the group 1 phytoplasma. Group 1 phytoplasma, it is another, again, a major challenge now, because to find out the vectors, it is a major issue, because it is a lethal wilt like other areas, and well as in Indonesia and Malaysia and Papua New Guinea. These are the across the continents. Most of these group phytoplasmas have been identified. So phytoplasmal disease in date palm also. In date palm is a major disease like lethal bronzing, and this is the mainly again the fourth group A and D, as well as in the 16SR1 group in Asia, Saudi Arabia, and Asia and Africa. This is date palm yellows, as well as white tip dieback. These are some of the major issues in date palm. Then in case of spear rot in oil palm is another major important this one, and arecanut, it is a major issue for us for the many years. Yellow leaf disease, so it has been reported to be 1 as well as 11th group phytoplasma. Then ornamental palms. This is the ornamental palms also. There are a lot of reports on ornamental palms. So many are there. I am not reading all. It is available in all the literature in different continents. It is there. So these are major threats for us and ornamental palms because a lot of ornamental palms are coming from the across to India and going. So it is a major threat. Coming to coconut, which we are working on. So it is the root wilt disease and lethal wilt disease. These are the two diseases as of now what we reported. This is root wilt disease. It is already known, more than 100 years old now. So widespread. It is as well as it is similar to Veligama coconut disease, and it is now known to be the 16SR 11th group Phytoplasma oryzae has been reported. Later, recently, we came to know in 2016 that there are one lethal wilt type of disease which was prevalent in certain pockets in Tanjavur area. So we could able to characterize and found that it is a Phytoplasma 1 group Phytoplasma. These are the symptoms which we noticed. It is a sudden nut fall, as well as necrosis of the inflorescence, as well as yellowing of the leaves. And this is within few months. It is leading to death. Compared, it's entirely different from the root wilt symptoms which has been reported earlier in India. So this we have characterized the complete Phytoplasma and recently published in 2021 from our group. So it is found to be a asterisk group, Phytoplasma asterisk group. So it is a major one of the issues now, because to find out the vector for this, how it is spreading, and spreading, this will be to be stopped, curtailed. As of now, we are in the watch only in the pocket area, small pockets in that area it was noticed. Now we are on look for the vectors, how it is spreading, and that has to be a major area to work. Another major palm disease is yellow lip disease. Again, yellow lip, older words, well pronounced symptoms will be there. Again, it is a shedding of mature and immature nuts, and it is also known to be a 16SR 11th group, and Protista moista as of report is there. And yellowing and marginal necrosis in case of oil palm as also Protista moista, as well as it is a 16SR 11th group, again Phytoplasma. So epidemiology of phytoplasmal disease, if we take, it is a gray area, as we all know. Most of the things, actual first vector transmission started as soon as the phytoplasmal etiology of palms was known through electron microscopy, and all over the world they started. First reported the concerned as Heplaxis pseudus was from Florida, or the coconut lethal yellowing was first the one which was through phase transmission experiment, it was confirmed. Later, this was the after 30 years almost from Mexico, Yucatan also, this was been in this lethal yellowing in Prichardria pacifica. This host, it has been reported in 2020. Then Stephanis typica and Protista moista was reported in India based on the case studies in transmission of RWD in root wilt disease in coconut in India in these studies. So as of now, there is, as discussion was going on, feeding medium approach and single insect feeding medium tests have been reported. So this may have to be approached now in the coming years. So cage transmission logistical constraints were there. Very few plants could be able to check in the especially woody perennial like coconut and arecanut. It was difficult, but there was an attempt. You can see the cages. It was done in our Triangulum Center long back. And coming to the vector role, it has also been studied, and mainly Phytoplasma could be through electron microscopy. It has been done. Lace bugs as well as plant hopper. As you know, lace bug is the one which is I think injuring this one host. Compared to all other this one without injury, they pierce and transmission. Whereas this is the Stephanitis typica has been reported. It has been through electron microscopy in India. It was reported earlier by Dr. Solomon. So then the question started for us in 90s onwards. We started with this molecular detection of Phytoplasma as well as transmission of this one. Our entomologist, Dr. Joseph Rajkumar, is working for last many years to establish the transmission through this one, as well as to find out the Phytoplasma in the insect vector. So we were unable to, these are the different species we have checked. You can see we could not able to amplify in any of this. However, we could able to get it in Albistinctus or Oraceus. So this is the details. And Dr. Viraktimat sir, when we had a meeting, he advised us to go for documenting all the fauna. Sir, our entomologists, we try to document in the coconut system most of the insects which are available, and to try to test those Phytoplasma, this one. So it seasonal variation also it could be, it was recorded. This is the one species which has been there, Olearis. Our Joseph Rajkumar will be able to explain in detail if any further later.